Okay, so this is a Wizard 8000. It has some differences we'll talk about as we go through it. I've bought this machine used and been through it, and I am going to calibrate it and package it and ship it to a customer. Anyways, so this machine, you've got the gantry arm here with a cover at the top and a cover at the bottom. Cutting head, this dial adjusts the blade depth. 10 is typically for cutting 4-ply mat board. This is the cutting foot housing right here. To home the machine, you must put the cutting foot housing in this orientation up against the lower clamp. And then there's a screw right here, which is a stop screw, which hits against this metal plate. So you manually move it over until that's against that screw, and that's how you home the machine. Now in a lot of used machines, you have cuts in the table. Wizard does not use any protective coating or covering on the table. So what you need to do is you need to use, when you're cutting, you need to use 2 slip sheets and the mat that you're cutting. The clamping area on a Wizard exists from in this area right here and in this area down here. You can see the screws right here that hold the clamps in, so from there to there. On this machine, this piece of equipment is an end trimmer. It mounts on the end of the machine, and you can use it to trim your mat boards. There's a blade down in here that comes out when you press this handle down. So you move it manually to clamp the board that you're going to trim. Same thing, 2 slip sheets plus the mat you're going to trim. You flip this lever right here and it clamps the mat board down. And then you can run the trimmer up like so, press down, drag and trim, just like a wall cutter. Release. The air trimmer runs on air, the end trimmer. It's connected here. I've removed all the plastic fittings from this machine, well, most of them, and put these couplings, push in couplings. I've also added this backer that goes on the stand. It adds rigidity to the stand. The same with this front piece. This is Dibond. It's aluminum clad plastic. I've used the same materials to update the stand because the original material is a particle board or MDF board. This is the computer, the location of the computer, keyboard and mouse. This can slide in or out. There's a shelf on the bottom of the stand. I've got the box for the computer here. You have your monitor connected all to the back of the computer. This is the CyberPack or control box for the machine. It has 2 lights. One's a data light, one's a power light. This is the cable that connects to the gantry runs down through here and up to the gantry. You turn this ring right here to disconnect it. All right, now you've got a regulator here, and it has a very long roll of cable or of tubing that goes down, and on the end of it I've put a push connect fitting to connect to my air line. I've replaced the plastic hose barb fitting again with a push to connect. Same on this side. This little Y actually splits off, goes up to the gantry arm for the cutting head, and goes to the end trimmer. And this has a valve for turning it off or on. The stand has two pieces to it. Each stand has a top piece and a base piece. The top piece has a little stop block that the Wizard table sits against and a screw that holds it in. Now, if you take this stop block out and you put it in the other end of the stand, then you mount this part of the stand to the wall with the narrow point up and the wide point down. You have yourself a wall stand. Same thing on this side.